All right, we're going to continue talking about different techniques and strategies to help get you guys ready for fall, get you ready for season. And if you guys have watched any of the videos preceding this one, it's all about getting out of your comfort zone. It's all about doing things that are outside of established norms. When you start getting outside of norms, when you start breaking down barriers, that's when you are going to be at your very best. That's when you're going to develop a sense of confidence and a level of awareness with your shooting that will be second to none. So today, pretty cool game. I'm going to talk about the game, then we're actually going to shoot the game. I highly recommend this. Get yourself 100 pack of these paper targets. You can get 100 pack on Amazon. You can go to any big box store for the most part, archery wise, pro shops. You can get 100 of these for under 35 bucks, or right around 35 bucks, 100 paper face targets. Now, these paper face targets are mostly used for what we would call a 5-spot indoor 300 round, and that is shot at 20 yards. So we're gonna do this a little different, okay? We're gonna shoot 5 arrows at 20, and we're gonna come up and score that. Then we're gonna shoot 5 arrows at 30, and we're gonna come up and score that. Then we're gonna shoot 5 arrows at 40, we're gonna come up and score that. Then we're gonna shoot 5 arrows at 50, and we're gonna come up and score that. Now, let's talk a little bit about scoring, then we're gonna talk a little bit about why we're doing this particular drill. All right, first and foremost, scoring-wise, okay? You can see that each target has an X, okay? Each target has an X. First of all, we're gonna shoot 5 arrows per round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can shoot it in any pattern that you want, it doesn't matter. But every target has an X. That X is worth a 5, but it's called a 5X. In tournaments and things like that, the X's are used for a tiebreaker, so that is a 5X. As long as it's touching or breaking that line, it's an X. Now, the second white circle outside of the X is also worth 5 points, so that is considered a perfect shot. That is a 5. There are 2 blue scoring rings, and those are considered a 4. It doesn't matter if which one you're in, it's considered a 4. Now, anything outside of that is considered a 0 or a no score. So after you shoot a round, I'll show you, we'll come up here and we'll score that round up. Now, something else I want to talk about why we're doing this, okay? Because I can stand at 50 yards of how much I've shot, things like that, and I could go to, say, this dot on this target. This is a solo aiming point. You can see with nothing else around it. And I can let my pin float and push all the way around this and really isolate this single black dot at distance or close, it doesn't matter. When I move to this, there's a lot going on this target face. There's a lot of distraction going on in this target face. It creates a little bit of angst. Also, I can't just stay on one central spot. I can't just pound center, 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 center. I've got to hit here, here, here. Those types of things will really help develop your shooting. Then when you are shooting in a game time situation, when it's the moment of truth and things are on the line and you are letting that target sit on an animal's vitals, then this type of practice really, really, really pays off because you're blocking everything else out. You're pushing and pulling. You're fighting for the center of his lungs. Boom. And you've got meat for the freezer and it's a good day. So let's go back to 20 and get this started. All right, so this is my 20-yard 5-arrow group, and as you guys can see, this is not good, but I want to keep things as real as possible for you. I'm not going to go get another blank tape or blank target face so we can start over, junk like that. These are all killing shots on an animal, but let's talk a little bit about the scoring, okay? So right here, okay, this was my first arrow, all right? And we're outside the X, but we're cleanly in the white. So that is a score of 5, okay? That's a score of 5 right there. Now progressing up, okay, my second shot. This one is breaking the X line, okay? Just barely, but it is breaking it. So this would be a 5X. So right now, I've got 10 points with an X, all right? Now let's come to that center target. Wow. Okay, what did I do here? I dropped my bow arm, I felt it, I started to peek. I was looking for the X. Why? Because it was center of center. The easiest target on the whole face, and I drop a 4. So I'm out, so that's a 4, okay? So now this is my next shot here. All right, fourth arrow. This one is easily breaking the line of the white and the blue. Not very happy with this shot, but again, it's in there. That is a 5. And my last arrow is a 5X. So in this round, best score possible would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 with 5 X's, okay? I shot a 24 with 2 X's. So what I do is I come up here and I record round 1 and I go 24 with 2 X's, okay? So that's not terrible. It's definitely not great, not near enough X's from 20 yards, and this should never happen, but archery is a game that will humble you quickly, and these are the types of things that make you better. So now, instead of going back to 20 yards and shooting the next round, we're gonna go back to 30 and shoot a 5-spot round. So let's do that. Okay, 30 yards now, and as you can see, at least for me, this becomes a lot more cluttered. Now I've got 5 different aiming points, but they're not near as honed in, and that's a 17 by 17 inch piece of paper with 5 aiming points on it. So here we go, 30 yards, 5 arrows for score. Okay, 30 yards, 5-spot round, and again, just so you guys know, as you can see, absolutely 100% keeping it 1000% real here, okay? I'm not out here trying to show you guys to shoot X's on every shot, things like that. It's just not gonna happen every time. It is not. Now, at 30 yards, I promise you, I could stack 5 arrows in and around this singular aiming point. Switching to this, it's a whole new element of focus. It's a whole new element of discipline. And you have got to swap back and forth. You cannot get too comfortable. That's why this is about stepping outside of established norms. So let's start here, okay? First target, beautiful. We've got a 5 with an X. Second target, not so great, but still a kill, still easily inside the blue. That is a 4, okay? Center target, much better than the 20. There was the 20 shot, there's the 30. That is a 5. Right here, we got a 5X, and drop my arm again, that is a 4. So with this round, we've got another 2 X's, okay? But we shot 2 4s instead of 1. So round 2 from 30 yards, round 2, I shot a 23 with 2 X's. Now we're gonna back it up to 40 yards. You wanna have fun, you wanna step outside the norm, you wanna challenge yourself, do these types of things, keep it real, and enjoy it. Let's go to 40. Okay, now we're gonna go from 40 yards, 5-spot round. And again, this is what I really wanna point out, is you can see, if you look, Hunter, zoom in on that target real quick. I wanna talk about something real fast here. So if you zoom in on that target, that is a 17 by 17 inch of paper with 5 aiming points on it. Okay, now zoom into that lone isolated black dot to the left of that target with nothing around it. I promise you, that lone isolated black target from this distance looks a lot more friendly to shoot at than 5 different spots, and that's where the challenge comes in, okay? So we're gonna go 5 arrows from 40. Here we go, see what we can do. All right, 40 yards, and I'm super happy with this round. Super happy with this round. Takes a lot of focus, a lot of concentration. And for those of you sitting there going, man, I could do that better than that at 40 yards, I love it. I hope you shoot all X's, I really do. But I encourage you to try it, because it's much harder than it appears. So here we go, okay? In this round, I've got a 4, a 4, a 5X, a 5X, and a 4. So this round, from 40 yards, I dropped 3, because that's a 4, 4, 4. So that is a 22, but I also had another 2 X's. So last round, round number 4 here, we're gonna go from 50 yards, and we'll see what we come up with. Then I'm going to talk to you about what to do at the end of this game to kind of keep things going for next time. So let's jump back to 50. Let's see if we can keep them all in. We'll go for it here. All right, last round here, and to have young eyes again would be very nice. 50 yards on a 5 spot is a super big challenge, and I know I keep going back to that, but I'm telling you guys, shoot a 5 spot round from 50, and again, do it without a magnifier. See, I got no scope, no lens here, none of that. It's just how I would, exactly my setup is if I was bow hunting. 50 yards, here we go. So I'll be real honest with you, that's one of my better rounds from 50 at a 5 spot. So looking at it here, I've got a center of center X. So that's a 5, we got a 5, we've got a 4, we've got a 4, and we've got a 5. So again, we only had 2 4s that time, so we shot a 23 with 2 X's. So this is how you're gonna total this up. And this is super important because you want to save these and you want to keep a journal of these. I journal all of my stuff, my running, my shooting, my hunting, everything, so you can revert back to it. So a perfect score, we have 4 rounds, right? So a perfect score would be 100, all right? That would be your perfect score. So I am 99, 98, 97, 96, 95, 94, 93, 92. So I am a 92 out of 100 with 2, 4, with 8 X's, okay? So that is my final score. Now what you're gonna do with these, you're gonna take this target face and you're just gonna save it. Or you can throw it away, just make sure you record the results in a journal. And then each time you do this drill, keep your score, see what you can do, get better. I know for me, my 20 round was terrible. My 30 round was average. My 40 and 50 I was happy with. So what does that tell me? Well, it tells me I'm getting a little laxed at close distances. Because I shoot fairly well from distance, I'm getting a little laxed and I'm not pushing and pulling all the way through. I noticed my shots from 20 and 30 did not break near as well as they did from 40 and 50. You've got to constantly be analyzing. You've got to constantly be going over stuff. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video. Have a great one.